Hey movie fans, it's that time again for New versus Old. Now, if you hadn't seen the last segment, New versus Old is where I take an old property and compare it against its more modern update. The last time, I compared the old Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans to the new updated Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans. If you'd like to watch that, click right here. Okay, got it? Still here? Alright, so today we will be comparing the new and old Batman. I will compare the Michael Keaton Batman versus the Christian Bale 2008 Batman. That out of the way, let's start with the music. Now the music is very, very important for a film. It establishes the tone, the setting, what you can really expect from a movie. Now the directors of each of these respective movies, Batman 1989 and 2008's The Dark Knight, the director of each of these movies cast composers that they had previously worked with. Tim Burton cast Danny Elfman as his composer, and Christopher Nolan did Hans Zimmer. Now, both of these composers are very, very well respected and known in the film community for doing tons of scores. Go look them up if you don't know. I'm sure you've at least heard of their work, you just didn't know it was them. I am a huge Hans Zimmer fan, and I absolutely loved his work in the Dark Knight trilogy. But I gotta give the point to Elfman on this one, because his score is absolutely legendary. Hans Zimmer is very action-packed and driven and loud noises and brute force I'm coming for you. Whereas Danny Elfman's is more haunting and felt more in line with the Batman character. It's mysterious, it creeps up on you, and all of a sudden it jumps on you. This is the one that's more well known with the character. You probably more think of Danny Elfman's score than you do Hans Zimmer. Not that it makes one better than the other, but it means that Danny Elfman made the more legendary music. Now, music is very important to setting a tone and the feel for a movie. So, now we'll be looking at tone and story for both of the respective films, because they're radically, radically different. Not that one is better or worse than the other, but they're just different, and that's okay. When deciding which movie you would like to see, it's more important to know what you would like to get out of your movie. If you'd like more grounded in reality, then go with Nolan's. If you'd like to have a little bit more fanciful, classic comic book feel, then definitely go with Tim Burton's Batman. Both of these stories are very, very different, and it works because of those directors' choices. Tim Burton wanted to give it a more dark and gritty and classic superhero film after we got a lot of the American Justice that was the original Superman movies, whereas Christopher Nolan is more grounded in reality, intricate little details. His plays off more as a mob movie than a superhero movie. So, would you rather watch a superhero movie or a based in reality movie? That's more of a personal preference. For me, I like more reality. This one, I'll give this a split. Story-wise, I will give it to Christopher Nolan, because it's a much more intricate and detail-oriented story that requires multiple viewings, and it's much more of an engrossing and enthralling story as it weaves together different narratives from more characters as opposed to just Batman. But tone, I will definitely give it to Tim Burton's. From the get-go, you could tell that this is not like any other superhero movie before it. It's very dark, it's very sharp shadows, almost otherworldly, and that's kind of Tim Burton's style, but it works for a Batman story. So Burton wins for tone, Nolan wins for story. Now, every story is only as good as its supporting characters. So, who are the standout supporting characters in Batman or The Dark Knight? Because they were chock full of them. We had Vicky Vale, we had Alfred, of course, and Commissioner Gordon. And, of course, the legendary performance of the original Batman movie, Jack Nicholson as the Joker. None of these performances really stood out other than Jack Nicholson's Joker. That one was the one that went down in history. And it actually is probably on par, if not better, than the hero of the story, Michael Keaton. And that's very rare to have that in a movie. Now, Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight has a lot of supporting characters and a lot of good supporting characters. We have Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon, we have Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent, and of course the standout performance by far was Heath Ledger as the Joker. Heath Ledger's Joker was once again the same thing as Jack Nicholson's in terms of he was on par with the performance of the hero, if not better. The performances of the supporting characters helped make The Dark Knight a better film. It made it more than just a single character. When you have a lot of good supporting characters bringing their A game, then it makes for a more compelling story and more interesting interaction between the characters. So, when it comes to supporting characters, I will easily give it to Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. Finally, the big question, everyone. The one that you're all asking. Who is the better Batman? Like I did with my Spider-Man one, I will split this between who's the better Bruce Wayne and who's the better Batman, because we need to make that distinction now. Now, both performances had their pros and cons, but both these characters embodied their billionaire playboy philosophy quite well, actually, but to different extents. Michael Keaton kind of played more on the mysterious, no one really knows who I am past of Bruce Wayne, whereas Christian Bale had more of the party lifestyle, I can buy whatever I want. Both of which make for very, very interesting and complex characters. Taking that into account, I'll probably go with Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne, actually, because there was a better contrast between his Bruce Wayne persona and his Batman persona. Michael Keaton was always just a little bit off, so you could kind of see why he would be Batman. Bruce Wayne needs to have a duality to him of seeing him as Bruce Wayne and seeing him as Batman. Okay, I put it off long enough. Who is the better Batman? Too many Batmans, I know, but oh well. Now this race was incredibly close, and the winner is, drum roll please, Michael Keaton. Now, let me explain why I picked Michael Keaton, because a lot of you are probably scratching your heads right now. It goes back to tone that we talked about earlier. Michael Keaton's tone felt more aligned with what I would like to see as a Batman, a more comic book feel. Christian Bale's was a great Batman. Christian Bale's was a good Batman to see in reality, but for some reason or another, he never felt 100% Batman to me. Something always kept me back. Maybe it was that realism, because Batman needs to feel a little bit in a fanciful world. Whereas Michael Keaton's Batman, he felt a little bit otherworldly. He felt bizarre, and that's why it worked. He scared criminals like Batman should. He felt more like he belonged in a comic book movie, because Batman is a comic book character. So Michael Keaton is a better comic book Batman, and in my definition, that makes him a better Batman. So what do you guys think? Am I way off? Who do you guys prefer as Batman? What else would you like to see for new versus old? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you see and you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Or find me on Facebook at facebook.com/movieguy17, or hit me up on Twitter at nmovieguy17. Stay sharp, movie guys and gals.